Hey everybody, humans can now perform actions just by thinking. Yes, you heard it right.
Elon Musk's controversial Neuralink is ready to test its brain chip implant on humans.
First human received an implant from Neuralink yesterday and is recovering well. Initial results show promising neuron spike detection.
Honestly, my mind is blown. I know this was coming, but actually when you read it first thing in the morning or you see it on X, you kind of think, wow, it's really happening.
Now before we get started people, here's a disclaimer that we are not going to talk about the exact same thing that many other creators have already spoken about. If you would like to refer to the same, you can go and have a look at those videos. But in this episode, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you on a journey to give you a much deeper understanding of what this technology is all about and how will it benefit the entire humanity in the near future. Secondly, we are going to talk about the implementation of this technology and the security and ethical concerns about this, which I am deeply concerned about. And lastly, we are going to talk about the future possibilities with this technology. So people, forget remotes, forget controllers. Imagine controlling your world just by your thoughts. Sounds like science fiction, right? Well, that's the mind-blowing future Neuralink promises. And it is much closer than you think. Recently, one of the Elon Musk startup, Neuralink, was in the news highlights everywhere. So what was so special about that and what has happened? Let's understand why there was so much hype about the Neuralink everywhere. But people, before heading towards the Neuralink part, I would like to show you something.
And so this is the beetle that you're working with?
Yes, you can see the many wires.
Some of this tripod, so it's very slow now.
And so now it's alternating its left
Yes,
and right.
alternating. So if I want to increase the step frequency, I need to press this button. So that if I press once, so it's faster. Now it's 0.25 hertz.
So amazing that you just press a button and the beetle starts walking.
If I press one more time, 0.5 hertz, so it's faster. Then
This is really amazing.
1 hertz. If I want to change to galloping, I press this button, so it will change to galloping. So, yes, it's galloping.
And this is when it runs faster, basically.
Yeah, the step frequency is 1 hertz. Now it's 2 hertz.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, all I gotta do is blow on its back to make its wings go, and then I can control it with this controller by pressing a button and moving it to a side. Als ik dan naar rechts druk, dan gaat hij naar rechts.
So these people were controlling the movement of that beetle by stimulating their nerves. Means they were sending few electrical signals into the nerves of that insect. Now, can you imagine what could be done with this type of technology? Applications of such things can be like in the rescue missions where it is important to locate missing people, in finding the terrorists, in criminal investigations, etc. etc. So everything was just about controlling the nerves here. But what if I say you could even control the mind, and that too of a human being? Or a human controlling everything near him, every technical device near him, and that could be prosthetics as well, artificial limbs, right? And that technology of connecting a human brain with a technical device or a computer-based device is known as brain-computer interface. It is basically a bridge between human brain and technology. It's not a new technology. The research on BCIs are going on from years, since 1970s onwards. But obviously the advancements made here are new and really very amazing. Now BCIs are of different types. Non-invasive BCIs, invasive BCIs and partially invasive BCIs. Non-invasive BCIs are something which you might have already seen, like MRI machines, EEG, MEG, okay, all those are non-invasive BCIs. In this video we are going to talk about the invasive type of BCIs, which is surgically implanted in a person's brain right under the scalp, and they have to be implanted in a region of a brain which controls the intention to move. So the entire crux is, the nearer you go to the brain, the more accurate and precise neurosignals you can capture. Now the science behind how these implants work is not that different from how you would go about trying to measure the energy from a AA battery. It's the same principle that is being used with these brain implants. It is called neuroelectrophysiological recording. So when you move your arm to the right, certain sets of neurons are activated in a certain pattern in your brain. By listening into that neuron activity, you can predict very quickly that in which direction the arm is going to move. So these are the neurons that are directly wired to your muscles. When this neuron's pathway to the muscle is broken or damaged, those neurosignals are not going to get down to move that muscle. So if you reach in and put something that listens into that neuron activity, you're going to know what's happening to the muscle. You can then capture the neuron activity and send those signals to prosthetics or any other device for that matter. You know what? Earlier BCIs were wired interfaces. Like in 2018, a human was able to control her tablet just by her thoughts. She was doing things like sending the email, browsing the web, playing music, games, etc. etc. And all that was done using just a couple of hundred electrodes. But now, what if I say all this can be done wirelessly, and that too with even more speed? Yes, that's the Neuralink for you guys. Neuralink, a California-based neurotechnology firm launched in 2016, founded by Elon Musk and a team of 7 scientists and engineers. They are working on something called N1 Chip, which is now being called telepathy, which is basically an invasive type of BCI. Also, to make the surgical implants possible in a human brain, Neuralink has created something called surgical robot. This is because the threads of the N1 chip are so fine that they cannot be inserted by the human hand. They are 20 times smaller than a human hair. First, they tested it on animals. They tested it on a pig and showed the live demo to the entire world, where they were able to record the pig's neural activity. In 2021, they tested it on a monkey named Pager, and you know it's typical to make a monkey sit at one place. So they supplied a tasty banana smoothie to him through the pipe, which you can see. Also, they gave a joystick in his hands to control the cursor on the screen, to record neural activity and then decode the signals. And once they did it, they removed the joystick altogether and made that monkey control the cursor on the screen just by using his thoughts. And you can see how easily the monkey is moving the cursor without any input device, just by thinking about moving the cursor. Now this is amazing, isn't it? In May 2023, US FDA gave permission to Neuralink for human clinical trials. And of course the permission is needed, right? You cannot just pick anybody walking on the street and implant the N1 chips in their brains. So after getting the approvals, they started working on it. Now recently on 30th of January 2024, a tweet from Elon Musk, the world's richest man, left the entire world amazed. He said the first human received an implant from Neuralink yesterday and is recovering well. Initial results show promising neuron spike detection, which is the most amazing thing that has happened recently. So right now they are planning to implant the chips in the human beings who lost their limbs or those who have neurological disorders. But later on their plan is to supercharge human capabilities and achieve a symbiotic relationship between human beings and artificial intelligence. Do you know what problems does the N1 chip solves? It can cure Alzheimer's, dementia, quadriplegia, which is a form of paralysis, ALS, and many other diseases. Elon Musk even claims that congenital blindness can also be cured. Means people who are born with blindness, that can also be cured. So a person with N1 chip will be able to use his mobile phone, he can call somebody, he can play games, he can play music, he can browse through the web just by his thoughts. Now talking about the technical specifications, this chip is a Bluetooth enabled device which can be paired with your mobile phones and tablets and so on and so forth. It has 64 threads with 16 electrodes each. Means it has total 1024 electrodes, and all of them supports read and write operations. You can read the signals from the brain and you can even write the signals to the brain. Amazing, right? It has an all-day battery and it can be wirelessly charged throughout the night. Now imagine what if Stephen Hawking, a great physicist and a cosmologist, could have communicated faster than a speed typist. He could have created wonders. By the way, he was using eLocutor, which is a speech generating device which was made for him by 2 Indian engineers. But N1 chip is even more faster than that. Now talking about security and ethical concerns, I'm sure these companies are working on the security part as well, because at the end they are dealing with such a private information, the thoughts of somebody, right? Now nobody would want their thoughts to be hacked or stolen by somebody else, right? Now imagine a hypothetical scenario where a person A having N1 chip implanted is able to control the thoughts of person B having N1 chip implanted, right? He can read and write the data back into his brain. Or in the worst case scenarios, person A will be able to control the movement of person B, While few of the things seems to be happening very soon in the near future, like controlling the devices, artificial limbs, but you can even summon your smart car from the parking lot. You can send the messages to someone without even speaking out, right? Brain to brain communication, which is also known as telepathy, right? That could be possible if people have these implants. You could even do Google searches in your mind itself, right? Now let's try to imagine more sci-fi things. Imagine controlling hundreds of humanoid robots just by thinking. Would not it be amazing? Imagine controlling the entire army of those cyborg beetles, or even drones for surveillance, or UAVs, unmanned aerial vehicles for military purposes. Imagine playing musical instruments in your mind itself, right? That's very much a possibility. Now, I don't know whether we people will be able to witness it or not, but this will be the future and it looks very promising. By the way, have you seen that web series called Upload? That is a science fiction web series which is based on a concept of storing and uploading the memories of a person. So basically, when a person dies, his memories are uploaded or stored in a virtual world or somewhere on the cloud or in the external devices, and later on those memories are downloaded in a humanoid robot or in another human body which was preserved earlier to bring that person again in the actual world. And you know what, people, Elon Musk also mentioned about this thing in his talk.
In the future, you will be able to save and replay memories. I mean, this is obviously sounding increasingly like a Black Mirror episode, but well, I guess it's pretty good at predicting. But yeah, essentially, if you have a whole brain interface, everything that's encoded in memory, you could upload. You could basically store your memories as a backup and restore the memories. And ultimately, you could potentially download them into a new body or into a robot body. The future is going to be weird.
The future is going to be weird, indeed. I tell you, this is going to be disruptive and it could be completely devastating if not taken care of properly. But the advancements will take time, of course. Now you tell me in the comment section, which sci-fi movie have you watched and do you really see that technology coming into reality or not? If yes, then how far or near you see it coming? So this is the end of the video, guys, and by now you are aware of what is going on in the field of neurotechnology. What is the Neuralink, what is brain-computer interface, so on and so forth. If you really found it insightful, hit the like button and subscribe for more. And make sure to tell me about your imagination, Imagine what else would be done with this type of technology. Thank you.